Oh, score. Oh my god. Yep, I got it. Don't worry. All right. Anyway, hello. We are in the next set of this match. We have Robbe and the Tomadachi going up against new meta. This is losers round 8 best of 3. Here we go.
Team Rat, I like it.
Robbe and the Tomadachi Rat. Someone in my chat brought it. I have to use it. Anyway, we see Isabel with a very early flank, but Xerxes there, and yeah, you don't want to run into the try slasher. Whale comes out, but a little bit too late. The Brush not going to be able to pick the try. I stand corrected. They will, because Killer Whale just, you don't have to be there. And here we go. We got a Brush behind. Normally, this long flank onto the ramp is too slow for most weapons. This is not one of them.
Yeah, it's just gonna be there, living there for a while.
Yeah, and we got the other Brush living on the other side of the map. We got both Brushes just absolutely chilling behind the other team. Explo's trying to get some zone control. The other Brush is still here.
They're just both ratting. Okay,
one of the Brushes finally died. The other one is still here now, and they're gonna go back to zone. Okay, finally we have left the enemy spawns. Yeah, this is the gameplay you expect, but I mean, honestly, both teams have the aggression to play into this with the Try and the Tetra Dually, so it's just going to be a really, really aggro comp. Here comes the Brush trying to get a pick before the Cooler comes out, but not able to get it, and that Flings a Roller going to be great at dealing with in close range. And some unexpected combo people might not know of, Run Speed stacks with the vertical flick of Flings a very well. It's a combo you never actually see, but with Tacticooler you actually kind of see it. So Flings a becomes a bit of a fast-strafing vertical flick weapon with Cooler. It's very funny. Kraken comes out then. The Kraken's not going to care. The Flings is shooting at the Kraken. And this might actually work because I think the Kraken just wants to get into snipe. And it left snipe. Okay. So just kind of distraction, pull the Flingzo away. I like it.
Yeah, not going to be able to get too much done there because the Flings is going to be able to hit over the ledge at it and be in range. So it kind of had to abandon that post. But, you know, may stall out the missiles a little bit longer that way. For now, though, we've got new meta pushing up here and taking control of the zones. Explo in a strong position to be able to hit that rail and also watch the ramp at the same time, but missiles and Whale are going to make it really annoying for them to get into position, and that entire time their team was dying. So they're just doing damage control right now, trying to maybe see if they can not quite completely lose the zones. Not going to happen. Explo's going to go down here.
I think that Death helped painted over the zone, and the zone flip trapped the Explo. Just like a complete unlucky series of events there. They could have potentially stalled that out with the Explo getting a kill and a lot of damage, but unfortunately Stagger's a bit too soon. Brush waiting for the wall to expire before going forward. Doesn't want to accidentally die to a bomb. Is able to set up a little bit. The try goes on the low ground here. Gets forced up by the squat bomb. And the Brush is trying to find an opening, but has to be careful. The other team knows where they are, and the Flings of Brush is just absolutely going on it. And the Flings is going to be able to run over the Tetra landing. Rollers are actually very good at camping dually landings, or really camping any landing that can kind of move out of the way. Gets nice setup. The rain on the zone is going to be nice, and Jared gets caught on the low ground. Kraken's popped very early, though. Look how much of this duration is spent just getting into position here. And the other team's going to be able to back off without losing too much ground here. And yeah, look at that Expo. Yeah, the Expo can sit on the low ground and, like, two-shot the enemy zone. Backline's bad here, by the way, right? Anyway, the Expo's going to be poking on the middle of the map now, trying to kind of get out of there, fights the Tri-Slasher, gets a hit onto them, but going to opt to back off here. The 96 is getting closer and closer to that Kraken.
Yeah, the Kraken there, it feels like when it goes out, like, we immediately see its teammate going down. And I think that's something we're going to see as a general pattern moving forward, that, like, teams are just going to, instead of fighting the Kraken, they're just going to find the Kraken's teammates and fight them instead. And that seems to be something that you can just kind of do to counterplay it.
Yeah, you really have to make sure, like, the people you're targeting with Kraken is enough and your teammates know how to push with it so you can fight with it. It does require, like, a lot of people being on the same page in order to execute it properly, or it can be shut down with the right circumstances. Ooh, that Squid Surge barely not able to make it up before Jared shuts it down. But still, New Meta is enjoying a pretty comfortable lead here, and the Explo shots from Storm are just putting in work here. We've seen him on ballpoint for pretty much the entirety of this tournament, but having that flexibility for this map, and we're seeing just how strong Explo is here.
Yeah, I think having the anchor is a huge benefit here for specifically the Brush and the Tetras, because if they're going to be going in and making silly aggressive plays all the time, having someone that they can jump back to is huge for getting them back into play. Right now, we're probably going to see that exact sort of thing. They try and jump into the... maybe not at this point.
Okay.
Well, they're jumping in anyway. Let's see if they survive.
So, I mean, It's fine. Not there to win anyway.
Yeah.
It's just there to be annoying. And here's the thing. Rain is very underrated in this game. We rarely see it, but, like, entry is very difficult in this game. Rain is good at it. And on this map, the zones are so small, and it's paired with an Expo that can paint, that it could cap zones if it didn't get insta-sniped by a crab tank. And no one's really in the front there. I think the rest of new meta is all trying to push the opposite side. Yeah, there's literally a brush on the opposite wall that's going to be able to get the flings there. The Tetra's going in. So the Expo went down, but that was honestly, like, maybe just a distraction to get new meta in. Now the 96 is going to flip the other zone while the Tetra drops people. New meta is just cycling which zone they're on over and over. The defenders on the side of Robbe and the Tomadachi just don't know where to go. And they end up winning off that. That is how you play Flounder. You gotta utilize the whole map. That is textbook overtime push, other than the Expo getting shot by a crab, obviously. But, like, that's how you do it. Paint one zone, sneak the other one. They're on the other side. Have someone sneak, like, force the defenders to rotate back and forth. And then just win one of those sides. It's very difficult to manage multiple entry points at the same time. And that's where we see it happen.
And that, I think, is a strong suit for new meta's comp there, because they have some of the most mobile weapons in the game in the Tetra Dualies and the Brush to be able to rotate faster than the defenders can. And so that's just constantly going to be drawing them off, and all they need to do was stall. All they needed to do was buy a little bit more time, and that timer is going to tick down for overtime if you are able to keep the zones even just neutralized. So really strong showing for that particular comp, I think. I think that that's a place in particular where those rat weapons are really going to shine. That's confusing because the other team we abbreviated as rat earlier. I think that is a place where this comp is going to be particularly strong. I think that the true test is going to be when they run into a map that's maybe not quite as scattered, that doesn't have quite as much cover, that has fewer entry points than Flounder Heights does.
Yeah, and here we go with CB Manta. I mean, if you want a ballpoint or heavy map, this is one of them. Manta is a very, very good splatling map. The grates on top with cover from chargers, it's pretty good.
How does the map list work? Because according to the, it looks like according to the map list, this should be Tower Ink Plot.
Tower Ink Plot was banned. Each team bans one map in the list, and so it goes from a BO5 to a BO3.
Because it's only showing 3 maps. Maybe the view I've got is bad. Oh yeah, okay. It goes further down. Okay.
Also, yeah,
So
this has been really good sets, man. We've seen, it's been a long time since we've seen a variety of strats, and like, yeah, it really changes the game a bit. Like, you can definitely tell the difference in like a lot of different ideas coming together and seeing how they play out, and it's just been fun. It's been really cool to see.
So it looks like Tower, Inkblot, and Rainmaker Eel Tail were banned, and so the third match, if it were to go to one, would be Zones Mako.
All right, here we go. New meta back to just going the rest of the way to their tried and true combo. Robbe and the Tomadachi gonna go with the standard double splash machines, and there's the ink brush there to work with it. We'll see what we can get here.
A new map mode and yet a very old one all at the same time. Seeing Manta being played for some of the first times here in Splatoon 3.
Yeah, and it's cool because CB Manta used to be the worst one in Splatoon 2. He was arguably the worst one because of the basket placement. But with the changes we've gotten to the stage, along with this being the only map where the block is not gone, we've actually been able to see more of it. It's cool to see. It's a very interesting Clan Blitz map with the changes that we've gone to it. And that was a very nice Kraken play, by the way. Breaks the crab, and the crab was ZLing to ball form. But because they didn't let it go and the crab was broken, they fell through the grates and died in the Kraken.
And the Kraken able to corral some people too, shepherd them into the rest of their team to get this opening. I don't know how much more they're going to get from it though. Tetras are going to need to put some clams in the basket soon to keep that open. Oh, they do! Wait, can they keep this juggle?
Dude, that was it was just closing. The music literally was stopping. Last few frames they could have scored in, they got it in to keep it open. I don't know if they can snowball it further there. They have the slider, and they can, like, slider just off down below to pull people away. Gonna end up just exploding early to catch someone. Gets another kill to go down now. Pushing the splash out here in the corner, and just trying to keep them there. Look at the fall-off hits, actually almost kills them. And a crab has to be burned to take care of the Tetra. That is a massive play.
Isabel's kind of cracked. Just gonna put that out there. Kind of good at the video game.
They are very, very good Tetra. We see the 96 here on the side, trying to get some map control. and trying to paint up a little bit more on the right. Goes down eventually to Taco-Bomb. And the Booyah Bomb comes out here. Gets shredded, though, pretty much immediately. And Storm going to be taking space on the high ground.
Yeah, ballpoint here. Shades of Splatoon 2 again with the ballpoint up here. This was, you know, the meta when the ballpoint first came out, and its ability to just keep running and keep shooting on those grates going to be really helpful to it there. Trying to get some value out of the Inkjet over the top, not quite finding anything in terms of kills, and they might have to back up here a little bit as a couple of players have gone down.
Yeah, and they are holding on right now pretty well. The ballpoint's getting some decent damage off, and they're backing off, but, like, a lot of resources are being used. The whale was used, a crab was used, the machine is down. And right now, Robbe and the Tomadachi have just had to use too many resources to gain too little space. They either need to do more with the specials or try to force more with the main weapons. I want to see the Brush especially going on the flanker and taking advantage of the block, but they've been struggling with that. 96 able to find a nice kill onto the machine, and they're just going to push in. They're going to open things straight away with the Kraken, find an immediate kill on one of the players, and just kind of tank, body block, and then get back so they can go score on top of this roof.
I love the coordination with the Kraken that we've been seeing so far. Every time we've seen the Kraken, there have been two players around it, two teammates, to be able to play off of the displacement that it creates. It's not a very long-range special, so if you want to get value out of it as a displacement tool, you need them to be right on top of it, and that's exactly what this team has been doing with it.
Yeah, and Storm on the grates here is just so difficult. Normally the Brush would be so scary to be able to sneak behind, but ballpoint short range mode and high mobility speed, as well as being able to get damage with the long range mode early, it's going to be great at checking the Brush and keeping it away. And honestly, the bunker is a good inkjet spot. Like, this is definitely probably one of the best, if not the best, ballpoint maps you could play here. And we're seeing just how hard it is to deal with that main gun. And it's really working out well for them. Finally, the whale and crab are going to be enough to shut it down. But again, a lot of resources had to be used here. New meta needs to work on getting their Kraken, though. They don't want this 96 to go down. They need to get set up and get the specials ready. A little bit worried about the jump, but don't worry, it's just to its team. And the Gal is getting shipped. They are trying to pick him up, but if they just survive a little bit longer, they'll be able to get a Kraken, and that Kraken can buy them precious, precious time. And there we go. They have it ready. They're going to pop it onto the crab user. Just slide into it for a bit of extra damage. Gets caught on the wall, unfortunately. Very easy for Charge Slash to get there. Going to try to go for the football, but ends up going back. Going to try to double team this machine here. Gets a wall up. Not able to find it, though. And the ballpoint on glass is going to have to strafe around, jump over the killer whale a bit, and use Inkjet to try to stall. Oh, barely misses that power clam. And they're just trying to shoot at the power clam user. Keep them off the basket, and hopefully get their landing cover. The burst bombs don't kill it. The Booyah Bomb might, though. The ballpoint's in a bit of a tricky spot. They're double teaming with Isabel, though, who's trying to keep them in the game. Home is coming back from spawn, is trying to look for the flank. There it is, but they sneak up the wall. The ball goes in, and that's the lead. Robbe and the Tomadachi get it, but we have to be careful. Okay, new meta, don't overthink it. Get Kraken, jump the pity. Get Kraken, jump the pity. This is not, don't overthink it here. Just jump it in with the Kraken. We don't have to do too much here. They're sharking for a jump instead. I mean, that could still work, though. You need one more clam, though. And they died. They died right in front of him. No.
Clutch defense there on the part of Robbe and Tomadachi. They are able to find those picks on the players before they throw a single clam after the power goes in.
No!
And I'm sure everybody's heart rates are just a little bit high right now, but at the end of it, it is, in fact, Robbe and Tomadachi that are able to hold on there.
This is why I was saying you gotta play safe. Like, you had the option to play for a Kraken and then just jump a football and a regular clam, and then that's the game. And, you know, but they panicked. Like, it's a wipe. It's very easy to think you don't need to use the jump, but, like, you have that play ready. That's the safe play to go. They can't get to the power clam across the map. And even then, it almost worked and lost to the clam despawning literally right when he got on top of it is still, like, the most unlucky thing I've ever seen. Like, if that clam despawned, like, 10 frames later, one of them would have been picked up, it would have been the game. But, like, at the same time, also controllable. Kraken could have played it safer there. So, unlucky, but also was a safer way to attempt that overtime push. But yeah, that was really unfortunate.
Gotta give it to New Meta for the way that their comp was played on that map. So much value coming out of the ball point, being able to just give them this steady position in mid. It was so hard to push the ball point. They exerted so much force just to get the ball point, even to back up to its own bunker, let alone to get it actually out of position. And it was only once they were able to keep that pressure on for a really long time, they were able to push up. We're jumping right into Mako zones, though. Let's see what they decide to bring this time.
Same exact comp, and Heavy gonna be a slight change here. Very good, obviously, at keeping stuff out. Can be good with the ink brush, and, you know, it's a better special. It's a tough Wave Breaker map because of the spots I mentioned in the previous set and having to hit the stacks, but, like, Wave Breaker is just going to be a billion times better than HS. Like, it just is. So, safe pick with the specials. Can't fault it, especially when it forces the running ink brush to jump and slow down. So, obviously going to be a good pick against their team. But Robbe and the Tomadachi able to get just a very, very nice opening.
Yeah, they let the brush all the way around on the right flank, and that completely collapsed the back line of New Meta, so they had to jump out and completely reset. But they take back really quickly. This Kraken is going in. Are they going to be able to get much more? Looks like not. I don't think they even get lead here with the numbers advantage shifting like that.
Yeah, and the 96 is trying to hold here, but they're slowly getting pushed from the brush. That might pin them into the crab. But he's not being focused here. The brush is able to get on its own, but I'm surprised the crab wasn't helping to secure that kill. The Heavy is able to actually break the crab in the nick of time before going down to either a spot bomb or a killer whale there. And this is still a very back-and-forth fight, but finally, Robbe and the Tomadachi gonna win it. Not very cleanly, though. There's still a lot of players down. The brush is actually gonna try to just get whale and then maybe come back, play around that whale and try to get a good push and pick anyone who drops, gonna hold it for the time being. Nope, looks like we're gonna try to sneak behind here. Robbe is just taking attention, trying to be annoying. The brush gets so much damage, but it's not a kill. The Tetra is going in to clean it up, though. The brush does go down, so the killer whale's not gonna come out. The killer whale's gonna come out for the other brush, find a kill on a Jared. And New Meta should be able to flip this back. It's just a machine. And if the brush gets that kill, that's huge. It's a trade, but that's a good trade. 180p good painting weapon versus 220p bad painting weapon. You're going to get a whale faster anyway if it comes down to that.
Robbe is getting so much value on the brush so far this game. It's just on... They get the trade there. That's huge. That's so much better than they have defended against that brush flank so far. Let's see if that allows New Meta to stay on the zone here. Nope. Nope, they get taken out by a crab immediately.
Oh, the machine barely dodges it. That's crazy. That was so close, yeah. Kraken's huge, but the direct hitbox is a lot smaller than you might think, and oh my god, the burst bombs. Just like 4 burst bombs thrown to secure that kill, and that's going to be flipped. That crab was used entirely just to focus on the stack. They literally couldn't hit or see anything else, but they knew. That's the spot of the map we need, so I'm just going to pop it.
So getting into scary territory here for New Meta, they need this flip first, and then they're going to need to win a fight, and that is the opposite of what is happening right now. Crab is popped after numbers advantage lost. The enemy team is getting forced over to the right-hand side. The flank does come in here. We do have a Tetris to worry about on the right side here. Can they get something going?
They do have people's attention here. They are looking at them. The machine goes in, able to get the machine pick. That's a good trade before they go down. Robbe's still behind them, though, and we see a Kraken being popped, but I don't think there's many people going with it. Lucas is at least, so they're able to combo with it. There we go. Really clutch there to go and help out the Kraken. Here comes the Tetra Jump, and that's the thing. Like, that's what makes the Kraken work so well. They have a lot of weapons that can very quickly move in and coordinate with it for a pick, and the Kraken can also function as a way to give jumps to more aggressive weapons because it'll be able to get to a location fast enough. Basically, it can do what Reef Slider wants to do, except it's actually good.
They're ticking down now. Points are coming off the board for New Meta. They have to hold here. 20 ticks left or so if they want to get this lead.
They're so close to wave, and they already have a Kraken. And the crab goes down! Heavy takes down a crab! Here we go! Crucial kill! The wave is in an easy-to-shoot spot, but here's the thing. If the crab shoots the wave, they're not shooting their team. And if they ignore the wave, then it's going to put so much pressure. That's actually like the perfect time to throw wave in the open and not care because it can't afford to be focused. So many players are going down. The machine on the back has to clutch up big, and it does get a kill. There's person under Storm, but Storm sees them, gets the kill. They paint the zone, and New Meta takes it over Robbe and the Tomadachi. That Clam Blitz game is not going to haunt them. They will get the win and take the set 2-1, and they're going to face Seafoam.